up, all you Kevins? Another amazing coupe right behind me. This thing is the new 2019 Ford Performance Blue, and it is bonkers awesome. I love this car. I found it at Mustang Week. The guy holding the camera is helping me out. He built it. It's his wife's car. We're going to talk all about it, but just check it out. Great car. Here we go. Watch the whole video. Hit the comment. Do something. David.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to YouTube, my friend.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
to YouTube. Watch out there, wifey. That Volkswagen's going to try to hit you.
The great interwebs.
That's right. So we are out at Mustang Week. We have found a beautiful car. I have found it. I'm using the Royal We here, Kevin. And this car is magnificent. I'm so glad that you brought it out and you went ahead and got it ready. You were telling me you were having some issues with it, trying to get it running right. It's all brand new. You're unveiling the car.
So this is its debut, and basically it was a sheet metal hull in January. And she said, it'd be really nice to take my car to Mustang Week in September. It was a strip to metal paint work, complete interior out, all fuel lines, brake lines, electrical. The entire car was a bare sheet metal hull. In January, I started working nights and evenings and weekends. Called my engine builder, said, hey, I gotta get that motor put together. Called my transmission guy, said, hey, I gotta put that transmission together. And we all just started collectively pushing. My really good friend is with me here today, this weekend. He built the motor, I helped. Another good friend done the transmission, and then I done all the paint and body. She helped me put all the interior in. It's still A9L, so I'm fighting all the A9L gremlins.
Yeah.
Camshaft, it does not like it. So he stayed until midnight, and I left 2 days later, and the day before I called him and said, it's not coming. I can't get it to run. It's not coming. I'm done. 14-hour days, I'm done. The transmission guy says, are you going? I said, no, I'm not going. He said, what's the problem? I said, it's not idling. He said, I've got an AIC. I've got a TP sensor here. And he said, I've got another computer. Come and get it. I went and got that stuff, changed the AIC on it, changed the throttle position sensor on it, got it idling, called everybody. I said, hey, it's on the trailer.
There you go.
And when we got here, until it went to Merle's Inlet, that was the furthest trip it had prior to here. And we've put about 75 miles on it here so far.
That's the way to break it out, breaking the car at a show.
I mean, it's almost too fresh to touch, I
love it. All right, cool. So let's start on the outside. You picked a really cool blue, obviously, but this car, I'm just gonna have to say, he stole something from me, and I'm a little bit upset, but I'm glad to see it in advance because I can now know that I like it.
Yes.
What it is this hood, guys. Check this hood out.
So the story on it is she wanted a GT350. I wouldn't buy her one. So I robbed the center section heat extractor out of the hood, cut it in and welded it in to a stock Foxbody hood, and then painted a Shelby color. So this is close to 350 she's going to get for a while.
And Gary, I know you're out there watching this video, and I know you have a center section from a GT350 you took off, and you've been saving for me for over a year, and I still want to do it, and now I have proof that it works and it looks really good. So I will be waiting for that hood. I appreciate it. And thank you, David, for doing it and being the first person I've seen to do it. And now I know I really like it because this is just, like, I'm gonna show you guys the look here, right? You get down to basically stock and it flats, and you can't even tell. Yep. You got to look from up above. So how many people at the show today even noticed it?
Several.
Okay, but
everybody thinks
that passed it.
Everybody thinks I've done something here, but this is the stock factory cow.
Yeah.
Everything starts from here down.
Yes. And it looks so good. I really like it a lot. Let's see what's underneath it. We're already up here. Might as well pop the hood and get
sure.
in. All right, so wait, guys, he's smoked out the headlights. He's got the carbon maker's front splitter. We're going to talk about the side splitter and the wheels and all that. Do not miss it because he's done something very cool in a lot of places. But we'll start here under the engine.
So
he told me all about this car, but I love it because you did some really unique things. People have seen shaved engine bays and all that kind of stuff before. Yes, this car is really clean, folks. But another thing that he did that I have not seen anybody do is this. He took what? A welding blanket.
That is a welding blanket for it to lay on something to keep sparks and stuff off of that. I needed some insulation, but I needed something thin because of clearance. So I took a welding blanket and cut it up to make it fit the new hood. I built some panels in here and done it like an upholstery job. So it's got welding blanket under there for insulation instead of the typical insulator.
And I know you guys are probably thinking this because I already asked earlier today, what's the panel? He put his, it's using aluminum.
Yes.
Right? A thin piece of aluminum, and then you got some sort of bond.
I got a buddy of mine that does dirt track racing, so they sheet the sides of the cars with that sheet metal. I just got a couple of scrap pieces, cut it to the shape, and then took spray adhesive upholstery glue, and then I used panel bond to actually bond the aluminum to the hood.
To the hood.
Yeah.
Dude, that is creative right there, because you never see aftermarket hoods where somebody has totally changed everything with some sort of hood pad.
Yep.
Like, I don't know that I can remember seeing one ever.
So Amazon, it was like an $80 blanket, and I had enough left over. I done the same thing inside the trunk lid just to make it match.
This dude is a tool and die maker, so he's got the engineering brain. I love that. I don't necessarily have that brain, but I'm glad that people like him are out there, and some of you guys probably are too. So you're welcome. I hope you guys do it as well, and I hope to see some at the shows, because that's really ingenuity. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so the rest of it, this is what, a 331 you told me,
This is a stock block 331. Basically, it was going to have to be a 306, and the dollars and cents said buy a rotating assembly instead of buying a set of pistons. So we made a 331. It came out about 10.5 to 1 compression. It's got a decent camshaft. It really needed a bigger intake to really get a little more horsepower out of it, but I run out of real estate with the hood coming down, so I had to go short. So I found this is an old intake I had on a car like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And I found the guy I sold it to, and he's like, I still have it.
And you got it back.
And it was polished then, but it was a little rougher when I got it back, so I repolished it, and it's my old intake from my old coupe that I've got still at my house.
I love that.
From years ago, and it's got a phenolic spacer on it, but there again, hood clearance, it's an inch phenolic spacer, so I took it to work and I cut it down, you know, set up in the mill, cut it down so I could get it under the hood. So there's little things I had to do. It's got about a 1/4 inch space from front to back.
Okay, I like that. Even more ingenuity, I like that. I like that you painted the valve covers to match. You got the Ford Racing valve covers, the same Ford Performance blue. Really nice color. Shaved a lot of the firewall, Scott panels. I mean, you did a lot of stuff to this.
I did.
It looks really good. And I'm also noticing, I'm just going to tell everybody, because I saw earlier you were missing your cap. You went and found a cap somewhere.
No. So a gentleman at the show come by, and he was really admiring the car, and he's like, hey, what happened to your cap? And I said, man, I started cleaning the car this morning, and it was gone. And he looked down, and it was stuck in the power steering lines.
It was down in there?
It was in.
Gosh.
He said, here it is, and I stuck it on there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Love that. Okay. I love it. Okay. All right. So great engine, all the stuff. But look, now let's talk about these wheels and the stuff you got set up over here on the side. Okay.
So
I really like these wheels and the brakes and then the pinch weld covers. We're going to talk about all that. So tell us what you did.
It is conventional coils all the way around. It's not coilovers. It is an 8-inch wheel in the front, tucked under. So I didn't really have room for a coilover. So it's got iBot Pros in the back and SR Performance in the front. SN95 spindles, and then 0304 Cobras, and I just ground off the Cobra logo, painted them blue, and then put the Ford stickers in there when I cleared them.
That looks cool. I like it a lot. Great looking wheels. These are BC Fords, right?
No, these are...
Oh, the Aodhan.
Yeah, the Aodhan or whatever, however you pronounce
I don't know.
Yep.
Somebody knows, and they're not in this country probably, but you know.
So they got a high-end look to them, but,
they do.
but they're very affordable.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, and I forgot they had this exact style too, so they do look great on the car.
So I went with, this approach on this car was take, 0304 Cobra brakes, these wheels, took low-dollar parts, and just execute them well.
Yeah, well, you did that right. I like that because it's kind of a budget show car that you did yourself, and you painted it and did the body work, and so you did a good job.
Which it's got Michelin tires on it.
Yeah.
But I'm wheels and tires on the car for $1,800.
Yeah, and the tires are expensive too.
Yeah, so
that's good. That's not bad at all. So tell us about this pinch weld.
So there again, the wife said, this is my car and this is the way I want it built. She said, I want the maker's splitter, I want the maker's pinch welds, and I want the maker's wing. I started looking at the prices, and I started looking at the way they were made. I didn't particularly like the way they fit cars. They weren't custom. So I just took some sheet metal and a brake and started kind of playing around. I drew some inspiration from War Admiral. And I actually used the pinch weld, and I just made my own sheet metal ones to fit the car. Of course, I had to fit the fender gaps and all that because they fit tight to the fender gap.
Yeah, they are.
So I had to make that fit. And to be honest with you, the hardest transition is you got a fender bolt on those bottoms of those fenders, and I had to take away that lip because you can't have the fastener for the pinch weld cover and the fender bolt all in some place. So I had to get a little creative in there, but I can unbolt them from the car. They're bolted in, and the only fasteners you see is the one in each wheel well. Everything else is inside the pinch weld. And then I just painted them to match. I wanted true Foxbody people to see them, and and nobody else see them.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So also failed to mention, you did a few other upgrades in here. You just put the new Fiddle Fart Fab hood hinges on here as well.
I have his hinges and his strikers. Don't know about the safety latch yet because I may be going to the push pin locks. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that yet.
Cool.
And then we're probably going to end up with door seal plates and some of that stuff. But
yeah,
like I said, I was working on this thing within hours of coming here, so I kind of ran out of time.
Yeah. You did the new flat door handles.
I did. I really liked them. I like the adjustability.
You also did Fiddle Fart Fab's.
I did.
His duckbill spoiler.
I sure did.
Which on the last video, go check out the red coupe. Had it as well. But this, you did something else a little bit different.
I did. She did not like to see the fasteners. She said it looked like a race car. So I took and filled the holes and then put nut certs on the inside and put stainless steel studs on the inside and then fastened it from the inside so I could make it clean on the outside.
Do you like it better like that?
I love it.
Great.
Love it.
What's your favorite part about your car?
Driving it.
Just driving the car. Just love it.
Yeah.
I have a 2020, and of course, it drives great. I love it, but it just don't sound like a Foxbody.
Okay, I like that. You tinted everything out. It's got a great look.
Yep.
The car sits perfect. I love the hood. Again, let's see the interior real quick.
Okay. So, little retro. It's 100% factory Ford, with the exception of the floor mats and the armrest cover and the cup holders. Everything else, door panels, carpet, seats, everything is all factory Ford.
All black.
All black.
There you go. Well, it's hard to beat a black Foxbody interior.
Yep. So the exception is I may end up with the door seals from Thomas. She likes the panels down here on the door panels.
Yeah.
But these are factory Ford door pockets that still work.
That still work. And
so I'm a little torn.
Hanging down, yeah.
Little torn if I'm going to modify those or not. I may have to do a different set of panels for that. 'Cause it's almost sacrilege to take a good factory door panel and modify it. But,
oh yeah.
You know,
I hear that, man.
We'll see. The jury's still out, but she knows for sure she's going to get door seal plates.
I love it. Why don't you crank it up for us? Let's hear this thing. Give it a little vroom vroom. Oh yeah. She foxed it. I like it. I like it, man. It sounds good.
It's not too bad for a small cam.
It sounds good. It sounds really good.
The fact that it's idling is a win.
There you go. Keep on driving and hopefully it just gets better.
Well, everybody says you got to let it learn. So
You gotta let it learn. There you go.
I'm putting some miles on it, trying to let it learn.
Nice.
It's got enough camshaft in it and enough compression. I got to be careful with it loading up, trying to kill a plug.
Yeah.
But I clear it out a little bit.
And of course it had to rain on us while we're out
It's
here doing
starting
this.
to rain a little.
So annoying. But we've had a great week of the weather.
Hey, it's a first. First time it's going to get wet. So.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Man, I really appreciate you bringing it out. Thanks so much for doing the video. Guys, if you like this car like I do, put it in the comments. Tell us what you think about it. What's your favorite part? You guys have done some really creative stuff. Great design from your wife. Great execution from you, of course.
We will be at Bowling Green for NMRA.
Okay, nice.
And we'll go to a Foxtoberfest.
There you go.
You guys got questions? Come find us. Come see us. I love to talk. That's part of a machinist. We like to talk.
Yeah, love that. Hey, thanks for bringing it. You guys hit that like button. We'll see you on the next one.